Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all very much. You may be seated, please. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Doesn't everyone look nice? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to, on behalf of the Blount County Judiciary, I want to thank you and tell you how much we appreciate your attendance at this very auspicious occasion this morning. Judge Harrington and Judge Dugan send their regrets. They both had pre-planned trips out of state. Judge Gallegos is calling his docket this morning, and as always, court must go on. We wouldn't miss it for the world, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to also know, and please take note, that Circuit Court Clerk Tom Hatcher was sworn in yesterday by Judge Dugan. Commissioners McCulley and Stennett were sworn earlier in the week by County Court Clerk Gay Hasty, and Commissioner King will also be sworn on September the 4th prior to the special called County Commission meeting. We will be recognizing specifically today, ladies and gentlemen, many of our candidates. There are other elected officials and dignitaries present in the courtroom, in the commission room today that I want to take special note of. We have Senator Swan, Representatives Matlock, Ramsey, and Moon. We have Mayor Bickers from the wonderful city of Louisville, and then of course we have Chief Tony Crisp attending. If I have missed anyone, I certainly apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a very specific group of individuals that I would like to take this opportunity to recognize. Judge Brewer told me to be brief, and I have. It's been my practice. Judge Brewer's never given me bad advice. However, there's a special group here that oftentimes goes unnoticed, but I feel that we need to recognize. If you are a family member, close friend, supporter, mama, papa, child of one of our candidates here today taking an oath of office, if you would please stand. It is without you all, ladies and gentlemen, that these candidates would not be here today, and we should recognize them. Thank you so much. And if you would take your seat, please. It is my honor at this time to introduce to you, and I think this gentleman needs no introduction. He is a native son of Blount County. He is a Court of Criminal Appeals jurist. He is here today to offer remarks regarding this occasion. If you would please take this opportunity to recognize Honorable D. Kelly Thomas.
Good morning. Judge Brewer gave me the same advice. He said, "How long's your speech going to be?" And I said, "Well, Ed Mitchell told me to talk about 20 minutes. And he said, "Oh, my God." I said, "No, it's not going to be about 5 or 6 or maybe 10 at the most." He said, "Well, shorten it. Thank you, Mayor Mitchell." Where's Mayor Mitchell? Back in the back. First will be last, and last shall be first. Thank you for the invitation today, and congratulations to everyone here. I know it's an exciting day and a hopeful day. I want to give a shout out to my friend Jackie Hill. We were in Leadership Blount. Class of 2003. Apparently Jackie took it pretty seriously, but congratulations. You know, this room holds a lot of memories for me. I remember there was a celebrated murder case in 1964 where a lady died during a home invasion robbery over on Young Avenue, and they attended our church, and the husband asked Dad to help prosecute the case. And my father, D.K. Thomas, was a lawyer here for years. And I remember I was 12 years old, and Buzz and I came up here the day that the jury reported. Now, the jury box used to be right there, and there was a big old piano or a secretary or something, And so when the jury started coming in, Daddy got us to go hide behind that piano. I don't know if he thought some shooting was going to break out or what was going to happen. And I didn't know exactly what all was going on, but I knew it was important. And plus, I never thought in my wildest dreams that the day would come when I'd be in this same courtroom trying murder cases and presiding over murder cases. So you never know. But everything that I was involved in this courtroom hasn't been somber. And I don't know if Judge Hedrick was in on this case or not, but we had a probation violation, and the defendant came up, and there was an agreement between the state and the defense that he would just remain on probation and do a few extra things, but this was the second time that he had violated. Now, these weren't horrendous violations. They were all kind of technical things, but still, he wasn't doing everything he was supposed to do. So when they got through with the announcement, I thought I would have a word with him. I said, "Sir, you understand I'm going to approve this and you're going to stay on probation. But if you get out of line again and come up here, there's not going to be any agreement. We're going to have a hearing, and if I decide that you have violated your probation, you got any idea of what's likely to happen?" And he looked at me and said, "Yes, sir. You'll send me to the penitentiary." I said, "That's about the size of it." I said, "If you're back up here again, just bring your toothbrush with you, because you're going to need it." Well, we took a recess, and my court reporter stood up, and she looked at me. She said, "You're the most inconsiderate human I think I've ever seen." And I said, "What are you talking about, Karen?" She said, "That man didn't have a tooth in his head." So, anyway, I want to use two of the lawyers in that murder case I was talking about as an example of what I want us to think about, because, you know, us elected officials, we're the government and we're the elected officials. And if one of us stumbles, the citizens think we all have. They don't differentiate from one judge to the other or one commissioner to the other or anything like that. So Ron Mears Sr., who's Rami and Martha and Mike's dad, was the defense attorney in that case. And I was up here one day watching them try a case. Wayne Oliver was on the bench, who was the first Court of Criminal Appeals judge. He was on the first court. There were 3 judges, and Wayne, Judge Oliver, was from here. And they were trying a case, and Dad and Rom were really going after it. And I was a little bit surprised, because Dad was always pretty mild-mannered around home as long as Buzz and I were behaving ourselves. And after it was all over, we went right out in that hallway. Dad and I were standing there talking, and I looked up, and Mr. Mears came over. He was walking toward us, and I thought, "Oh, heavens, what's about to happen here?" Well, he walked up, he put his hand on my shoulder, and he said, "DK, let's take Kelly up to Burns and get him a cherry coke. What do you think?" And I was a little bit surprised, but I know now, and you all know, that you can be in a disagreement, you can be in a conflict, and you can treat your opponent with respect and dignity and show respect for the process and remain friends and associates after the battle's over. And so that's something that I think we need to remember and we need to think about, because things are off the rails in Washington. I mean, look at what we hear about. There's personal attacks going on all the time, ridicule. It's just the rule of the day. And it seems like the folks up there spend all their time cheering for their side and spewing hate at the other side. And it's embarrassing to me. I mean, isn't that sad? That's the best that our government has to offer. And too often, character assassination has replaced debate in principle. Destroy someone's character and you don't have to talk about what he or she stands for. You agree with that? I thought you might. Ronald Reagan said it. I thought, well, that ought to play well to this crowd. He said something else. He said, "I always thought a lot of the trouble in the world would disappear if we were talking to each other instead of about each other. You know, we don't need to send someone to Washington to turn Washington upside down. It's already upside down. We need some people up there that are going to turn it right side up and start acting like we do here. You know, and it's critically important when things are going on like that in our nation's capital that we don't follow that model here. And we haven't, and we need to continue in that same vein. You know, how you approach an office, and we've got some new office holders here who are probably like I was back in 1990 thinking, oh heavens, what am I going to do now? Well, how you do it, how you approach it is pretty simple. If you think back on it, our mothers told us everything we really need to know about being a county commissioner or a sheriff or a road superintendent or a judge or anything else. What'd she tell you? She said, number one, money doesn't grow on trees. Your mother ever tell you that? She was always able to drive all over town looking for a bargain here and a bargain there, stretch a dollar when it needed to be stretched, and get done what needs to be done. You know, if we can do that in our homes, we can do it right here in this room. What else did she say? She said, play nice. Remember? She told us how to act when we're around other people, how to be polite, how to a little give and take, and how not to be mean. She also said, actions speak louder than words. Didn't she? Just to give everybody equal time, Vice President Joe Biden said, don't tell me what you value. Show me your budget, and I'll tell you what you value. Pretty smart. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. I'm glad we're not in Judge Brewer's court. Representative Moon would be minus a cell phone right now. You know, I don't want to say light things or be critical about good people, but seriously, did you get tired of some of the ads in the governor's race about all the negativity and all that stuff? You know, we were told a long time ago how to treat our neighbor. And we need to look at each other on our commission, on our bench, in our offices as our neighbor, because they truly are. You know, but you say, well, Kelly, that's all good and well and good, but I've got to stand up for my principles. I've got to stand for what I believe in. Well, I hope you do, but I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is how you act while you're standing up for your principles. Ron Mears and D.K. Thomas stood up for their principles, and then they were up at Burns drinking a Coke with the little kid. So, and I see Rob Goddard back there. His dad, Mr. A.B., was a great example of how you stand up for your principles and try your case and treat everybody with respect and be a gentleman. And that while the job may be difficult, how you approach the job is very simple, because we're just talking about how you act. Will you all stand with me against the rising tide of incivility, you office holders? Will you do that? When tough issues come down the line, will you stand with me on listening to each other and working for some solution and trying to find some common ground? Will you stand with me on that? And will you always remember the most important thing is what is best for the people sitting around you here in Blount County? If you'll do that, we've got a great few years to look forward to. I think it's going to be wonderful. We're proud of you. Look forward to watching what you do. May God bless Blount County and all of you all. Thank you.
we're going to start the oaths of office, beginning with County Mayor. This could take a while. Ed, you ready to take the oath of office?
Yes, sir.
Would you raise your right hand? You solemnly swear that you will perform with fidelity the duties of the office to which you've been elected and to which you are about to assume. Do you solemnly swear to support the constitutions of Tennessee and the United States and to faithfully perform the duties of the office of County Mayor for Blount County, Tennessee?
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge.
Let's see, Gabe. Okay, you prepared to take the oath of office?
Yes, I am.
You solemnly swear that you will perform with fidelity the duties of the office to which you've been elected, which you're about to assume. Do you solemnly swear to support the constitutions of Tennessee and the United States, and to faithfully perform the duties of the office of County Clerk for Blount County, Tennessee?
Yes, I do.
Jeff? Jeff, you prepared to take the oath of office? Yes, sir. Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear that you will perform with fidelity the duties of the office to which you've been elected and which you're about to assume. Do you solemnly swear to support the constitutions of Tennessee and the United States, and to faithfully perform the duties of the office of Chief Administrative Officer of the County Highway Department for Blount County, Tennessee?
I do.
Congratulations.
All right, if our Register of Deeds would approach, please to be sworn. Prepare to take your oath of office.
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear that I will perform with fidelity the duties of the office of which I have been elected and which I'm about to assume. I do solemnly swear to support the Constitution of Tennessee and the United States, and to faithfully perform the duties of the office of County Register of Blount County, Tennessee.
I do.
Congratulations. And if the High Sheriff would come up, please. receive your oath of office? I am. Please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear that I will perform with fidelity the duties of the office to which I have been elected and which I am about to assume. I do solemnly swear to support the constitutions of Tennessee and the United States and to faithfully perform the duties of the office of sheriff for Blount County, Tennessee. I further swear that I have not promised or given, nor will I give any fee, gift, gratuity, or reward for this office or for aid in procuring in this office, that I will not take any fee, gift, or bribe or gratuity for returning any person as a juror or for making any false return of any process, and that I will faithfully execute the office of sheriff to the best of my knowledge and ability, agreeably by law. I do. Congratulations. And last but not least, Mr. Scott Graves, our county trustee. The best part about swearing Scott is Lisa Graves. So if we get another round of applause. Mr. Graves, you prepared to take the oath of office? Please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear that I will perform with fidelity the duties of the office of which I have been elected and which I am about to assume. I do solemnly swear to support the constitutions of Tennessee and the United States and to faithfully perform the duties of the office of trustee for Blount County, Tennessee. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully collect and account for all taxes for my county or cause the same to be done according to law, and that I will use all lawful means in my power to find out and assess such property as may not have been assessed for taxation in my county and return a list of same on settlement.
I do.
Ms. Sudoff, Ms. Bay, Mr. Helton, and Mr. Goins, would you please come up? Please raise your right hands. Do you solemnly swear that you will perform with fidelity the duties of the office to which you have been elected and to which you are about to assume? Do you solemnly swear to support the constitutions of Tennessee and the United States and to faithfully perform the duties of the office of a member of Board of Education representing the 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th districts of Blount County, Tennessee?
I do.
Congratulations.
All right, could I have all the county commissioners come on up, please? Together right over there. can tell we rehearsed all this really well.
I'm sure I'm fine.
Right, the music stopped. Everybody ready? Are y'all ready to take your oath off? All right, y'all raise your right hands, please. Do you and each of you solemnly swear that you will perform with fidelity the duties of the office to which you've been elected and which you're about to assume? Do you solemnly swear to support the constitutions of Tennessee, the United States, and to faithfully perform the duties of the office of County Commissioner, representing each district as duly elected for Blount County, Tennessee? I do. Congratulations.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all the candidates who took their oaths today in the Blount County Judiciary, we would like to thank you for your attendance today. We are adjourned. You all have a lovely East Tennessee Friday morning.